Hello everyone and welcome back to today's video. So today we are making a modest size modern house as I seem to be on a modern house binge when I'm building stuff. So we're starting with the foundation. We're doing it on one of the lots in Willow Creek because I wanted to do a small. I don't know, what are you doing, computer? Please be quiet with your plings and everything. I don't know what it's doing. As do we actually know what our computers are doing half the time? Already gone off topic, but anyway, so we're using one of the 20 by 15 lots because at first I was like, I'm gonna make a tiny house, and then this is my brain going, this is a tiny house. So that worked out well. So we've got some shapes going on. We've got some bits that stick out and stuff, but it turns into quite a nice little modest size house. I don't know how expensive it turns out to be, but we'll get to we'll get to that point. But I wanted to have a nice area out the back so your Sims could have a little like eating area. We wanted a little pond as well, and then we wanted to make it super private. Well, not super private, but somewhat private in The Sims because we don't have any privacy in The Sims. So we're going to use some different types of materials. So we're using this brown wavy sort of texture as like a main feature wall in this house, and obviously we've got a white because we need some crisp white going on, and then we got some, I think some grey like stonework going on. So we're trying to pick out those materials because we need some different textures and stuff like that. Obviously we're going to use all the new windows and stuff like that from Eco Living because they are so good for modern builds and I love them. But wanted to have some nice big sliding doors for the back here. That's where our kitchen dining room area is going to be, and just having some nice, like, the thin windows, the long thin windows are literally my favourite window in the game. It's the best. But I actually quite like these big thick ones as well. And I made a face on that side. I hate it when you have windows and it always makes it look like a face. I actually didn't realise we had those long windows either. They work really well on the thin bits, especially at the front, where I was just like, I don't want to make another face, and then I go in here and make a face. But we hide it with trees. No one needs to know. But that long thin window, my fave window. So I've gone ahead and done the interior. So the downstairs is quite open, but it has lots of like little nooks and crannies and stuff. It has like, we have the stairs cutting in to kind of split this like entrance way up, which I thought would be quite nice to put a little study area because it's tucked off. It's kind of in its own separate room anyway. So we've got a nice desk. We've got the nice little window out to the front as well, so you can sit there, get some inspiration. And we've got a what's the cute, like, more snug lounge area off to the side, and that's about the only part that's actually walled in like separately downstairs. So we've got hidden all the shoes and coats and stuff under the stairs, which go up to our second floor. And we've got a little tiny bathroom upstairs as well, and an ensuite for the master bedroom. So we do have a bathroom, but I thought it would be quite nice to hide some stuff under here. We've got our box as well, and we've got the wall texture that's coming through from the outside on the inside as well, which warms everything up. And I use the like more plain eco floor, the nice like creamy white, like white and blue kind of texture, which kind of goes, like the grey in it kind of goes with the wall that we have, with the stone wall that I've actually brought in to the kitchen and the living room as well. To go quite like a blue with similar tones to the floor in here. It took me a while to work out the layout of this little area because I was like, I want the TV on there, but I don't want to block that window. So I was just like, let's move the room about a bit, slide the door along, let's see what we can do with this space, because it's quite a small space. So I was just like, I wanted to have the TV on a stand, but that stand was like huge and thick and a little bit too big. So I think I actually ended up using just like a thin thing to try and put it on there, because some of the stands are too tall. It annoys me. And then I want it on here, but I didn't want the front bit, so I was just like, I think, yeah, I use this one, which is a slightly too tall for what I was looking for, but I do throw some boxes and stuff under there just to make it a little bit more as though it's lived in. And it's literally just got the TV, a sofa, a bookshelf, and a radiator in here. It's quite a small little room, and you probably won't fit that many Sims in here. It was kind of like, do I throw extra bits and pieces in here? I kind of tried to make a feature on the table that had the little light, the candles, with the extra plants in there as well. Just a few bits and bobs about the place. Have a funny story. Well, it wasn't funny at the time because it still hurts, but I managed at 2 o'clock in the morning to think that I was getting into bed and then fall on my computer chair instead. So that was great, and I have a massive bruise everywhere, and I don't know how nobody heard me do this or cared that I may have injured myself gravely. But that happened. I don't know whether I fell asleep or tried to. God knows. I don't know even how I ended up on the other side of the room either to get to my computer chair. So I have a wonderful features to highlight by the sun on my left side of my body. Whee! And then in this area, I thought it'd be quite nice for this little cutout to be the kitchen area, because it's nice and tucked away, kind of perfect for like an L-shaped space. I actually move some of the counters along because it always looks a bit odd when you're trying to put the one with the bar stools. The bar stools can go under the bar space. And we've got the cactus thing that I never remembered to put in, but I think it worked quite nicely in this kitchen. We're using the Jungle Adventure stuff in here, which sometimes it can. I thought it'd be quite nice because it's quite chunky sort of material. And I have to move the windows as well because it definitely didn't line up. And we have to use a mini fridge because the normal fridge wouldn't fit in anywhere, which I never use the mini fridges, so it's quite a nice little thing. We put the microwave on top of it as well, just to hide the fact that there's a weird like thing on it, and got some blinds as well that clip into the cupboards. But it's quite a nice little kitchen, and then this is where that's like, yeah, we need to move it in. Also gives us a little bit more space as well. So we've got our dining table in this area, which goes really nicely out onto the back patio, so you're kind of bringing the whole room, so if you can be cooking in the inside and then go sit outside and eat your dinner. We also have another sofa in here, so it's kind of the hub of the house, so you can imagine that the Sims would hang out in here more than anywhere else, which we probably wouldn't do in game. I thought it'd be quite nice to have it like the green wall, because it went all the way up. It makes brings a little bit more colour in there as well, because we've got all the different like greens and stuff. Use the leaning pictures in this build quite often. Like twice. I was going to say quite often. I use it twice. Different pictures though, because I thought they might still be moving in and picking out some new pictures they got from IKEA to put up on the wall. And I thought it'd be quite nice to have some like pictures that were already up that they might be like replacing or wanting to change. So we've got Jerry on the wall to watch over the family, and then obviously on that wall is a perfect space to put one of the shelves. I don't know why that's not a bookshelf. it'd be so much easier to find if that was just in the normal shelf category. And obviously a little rug to go underneath. Then upstairs we've just got the tiny living lights hanging down under where we got our stairs, because that makes a nice little feature, and they're not too big either. In the hallway I was trying to find stuff to put in, but everything was like huge and thick and I didn't want another shelf there, because I was like, we can't have too many shelves, but I want something there. So I was like, we have to use the little thin wiggly bookshelf. So this is our master bedroom, where we've got our ensuite, which is literally just a bath, a shower and a toilet, because it's only a small space, but it's got a giant window in it. So literally anyone can see you going to the toilet in it. And I actually used one of the new beds that I haven't used, which has a little like knot cushion in it. I don't know whether you'd hit your head, that'd be really painful. And one of the new dressers as well. So this all the rooms are quite on the snug side, so you don't have to put too much in it, and it's already filled up. So we've got 2 dressers, and we've got, I think I put a few bits and pieces on the wall, and then we have one of the little stools from Island Living in there as well, because that colour scheme kind of fits with everything we've got going on in this pack. And then one of the little like weaved rugs that I barely used, but it was in the same colour as the bed sheets, so I was like, yeah, we'll go with that. It kind of looks nice, gives us another little texture. I had to fix the walls as well, because I was just like, the windows, because I moved them for the downstairs. So I was like, let's make sure they're all lined up perfectly in here. And then we have another double bed in here, but it's pushed against the wall, so it's basically a one sim one. Even though I think they have fixed it so the Sims shift along, because that was happening in the Let's Play this time. So we've got a few bits and bobs. We've got a TV, we've got using the poof as a little side table, and we have a desk in here as well, which has a laptop on it. Even though we've got a main computer downstairs, but I thought they might need their own one. We've got the funky orange curtains as well, which I've not used yet. So this is a very, very orange and brown sort of room, and we've got a few bits and pieces on the wall that are in the same colour as well, to make an aesthetically pleasing wall. And obviously we have to put some plants in here as well, because you have to. Plants for life. All my plants are doing so well because it's been so warm. One of them is a cactus palm as well, so that she is loving life and actually sprouting more parts of the plant as well at the bottom. So I was just like, I could repot these and give them to people. It's a good job I only know 2 people. And then more than that, but only 2 people deserve them. Only 2 people deserve them. And then we have a smaller bedroom, which I think it's about the same size. It might be a little bit smaller, but this is more a kid's bedroom, using the pink colourway as well, which I haven't used, which is the same style as the bed that we've got going on in the master bedroom. So we've got the tiny living desks coming in handy in this build, because there's not so much space as normal. I don't want to fit everything in, because I know the Sims objects, like, they are a little bit huge for actual size, because this would be quite a large home in the UK anyway, so having like a massive wardrobe like that would probably not be realistic. People would be a little bit thinner, but I thought it'd be quite nice to put some toys and stuff underneath. And we got a little basket with pillows and stuff. Perhaps they have some extra throw pillows on their bed and stuff. We've got a toy chest, loads of toys and stuff. We've got some nails, nail polish right on the top there, like they've been confiscated or they're hiding it, I don't know. Whatever is in the Sims mind. And then we've got a little seat and a little side table here as well. See, because it looked a bit empty. I don't want to put another side table, like a full side table, so we just got a little seat. And we're going to have a little picture as well on the side. And I think another plant, because you can't have enough plants in the place. I still can't find a good plant that's small enough and thin enough to go in a hallway that doesn't stick out too much. Still annoys me. We still need more plants. On the balcony we got the wall planters because I thought that would look quite nice against the fence that we've got going on. And we don't have that much garden space either, so it's a good safe space saving solution. And I thought it'd be quite nice to have a beehive as well, so they could go and fly and pollinate all the things. We've got a pretty big seating area out here as well, because there's nice lot of space, and then obviously making that seat into a table instead of it being a seat. So we've got a little plot plant on there, and then we've got a green wall as well for the other plant section. And then out here I thought it'd be good, nice to have like a more wild garden. So we've got the pond, and we're going to have lots of like more wild and meadowy type of plants and stuff, and that just looked like something else. Oh dear, but it's gone now, so that's good. And I also put lots of rocks in the pond as well, so it looks a little bit more natural. And then I put a nice modern water feature on there as well, just to make it look as though it's actually in the garden. And we have the little path as well that goes out to the front, and we put a few big, like, they're not big trees because we can't really have that big trees, but I wanted like bushy trees that would actually give us some privacy, but also have them not be too tall, because this lot is not very big at all, so we need to make it as though it's nice and safe. And we also have like lots of plants growing up the front of the house, which I did off camera. And we have our bugs as well, so we can do some little eco bits and a wind turbine. We have a little patch of grass. I imagine that the back garden went all the way to the quay the quay at the back there, because it should do really. So I kind of imagine that the lot spans out there. And then here is our screenshots. So we got a nice image of the front. We've got some solar panels on the top as well, just to add, and we can get a good layout of the house. So our little study nook, the stairs as well, the living room, very high window, and our kitchen, our dining area, and looking all the way through the house, which is quite a cool view. Our landing, our master bedroom, a few different angles, our second bedroom, and our kids' bedroom, at the outside, and a few bits. So I hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, feel free to give it a like, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.